Christ instructs his followers to think of God on the analogy of a human father, and to feel safe in assuming that God's actions toward them will display something like, but also something far greater than, paternal love. Is it not the case that no man among you, if his son should ask for a loaf of bread, would give him a stone? Or if he should also ask for a fish, would give him a serpent? If you, therefore, who are wicked, know to give good gifts to your children, how much more will your Father in the heavens give good things to those who ask him? Matthew chapter 7, verses 9 through 11. Moreover, Ephesians chapter 3, verses 14 and 15, identifies God's as a universal fatherhood, extending to all the children of the heavens and the earth. It is perfectly reasonable, then, to allow this similitude a particularly privileged status when trying to think about God's relations to his creatures. But perhaps, in order to understand this fully, we must also force ourselves to reason in a childlike way. We can then at the very least gain some sense of what not to expect from God. For instance, a father who punishes his child for any purpose other than that child's correction and moral improvement, and who even then fails to do so only reluctantly, is a poor father. One who brutally beats his child, or wantonly inflicts needless pain of any kind upon his child, is a contemptible monster. And one who surrenders his child to fate, even if that fate should consist in the entirely just consequences of his child's own choices and actions, is an altogether unnatural father. Not a father at all, really, except in the most trivial biological sense. Natural justice, in fact proportional justice as such, is not the primary business of fathers. It is their responsibility to continue to love their children in all conditions, to seek their children's well-being and, if need be, reformation, and to use whatever natural powers they possess to save their children from ruin. What a happy circumstance, then, if a father happens to possess infinite power. Paternal love has nothing to do with proportion. Its proper measure is total, ceaseless abandon. This is something that indeed any child should be able to grasp. Hence, we should be able to grasp it as well. For some reason, however, we usually are not.